Now let's look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a major WWE title change scrapped, a dream match set for SummerSlam, TNA fans are not happy, WWE apologizes to Goldberg, WWE finally splits a tag team up, AJ Styles returns to TNA, the HARDYZ versus the DUDLEYZ one last time, and much more. Our first story looks at a major WWE title change scrapped. Our top story today takes a look at a report relating to a scrapped title change for SummerSlam. It's been well documented that Seth Rollins' reported injury has changed the plans for SummerSlam. It's widely believed that Rollins was supposed to be injured in a storyline and then shockingly return at SummerSlam to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. And now, according to the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio, the original plans would have seen CM Punk win the title, his first world title in WWE since 2013, and then have Rollins return to gatecrash Punk's special moment. The reason they did everything... Okay, again, this is interesting because the plan was always to do the injury to Seth Rollins at Saturday night's main event. You think he's hurt badly, he's gone, and then he surprises everyone, cashes in on the Gunther and Punk winner, which is probably Punk, right? That's the one he's always screwing with. Then he ends up the champion, so Punk gets the title and then loses it in seconds. I figure that's how it's going down. I can't imagine him not winding up with the championship and then telling everyone it was a ruse and he worked everybody. And actually, I thought that was quite brilliant. The interesting thing about this new report is that they state these plans may not have been scrapped. But it's out now, so should you go with it or change it? There's no right or wrong. What I do know is that midweek, when I was writing The Observer, it was very much said to me that the plans haven't changed. Now, there are still endless mixed reports on whether Rollins is legitimately injured. Becky Lynch was keen to show Rollins using crutches on her Instagram story this weekend, but as a lot of fans on social media pointed out, Lynch is a master when it comes to working the fans. But with that being said, Rollins hobbling around in public to work this angle does seem a little far-fetched. If Rollins does show up at SummerSlam and it turns out to be a ruse, WWE may receive some criticism for the angle, but it would certainly be a major shock and a huge way to shake things up. Next up, a dream match set for SummerSlam. The SummerSlam card is now taking shape, and according to The Observer, Roman Reigns is going to collide 1v1 with Bron Breakker on the show. A Roman vs Breakker is a clear number 3 match, but still a major one. If night 1 looks weaker, maybe you need to anchor it with Roman. This is a huge match for WWE to book, and a lot of fans were under the impression that this would be saved for WrestleMania or perhaps even Reigns' retirement match. Based on Raw, it looked like WWE was setting up a tag match, and this tag match would have pitted Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. But based on what the Observer is reporting, this isn't planned. But does that mean that Jey versus Reed becomes a singles match? With Jey being one of the WWE's top guys, it's unlikely he's left off the SummerSlam card. But if WWE commits to the singles match between Reigns and Breakker, then a Jey run-in is another option they have. There's been discourse on social media this weekend related to which match should main event night 1. A lot of fans are expecting Reigns' match to main event the show, as it's usually a given that if Reigns is on a show, his match main events. However, Gunther vs CM Punk for the world title is a major match, and certainly justifies its existence in the prestigious main event slot. Next up, Big E's new venture revealed. While there's no new information relating to Big E's injury status, it's now been revealed that the former WWE champion is venturing outside of his usual WWE realm. According to a new report from Fightful Select, the WWE star has put pen to paper on producing a memoir. Fightful Select confirmed with Big E's reps that the former WWE champion's memoirs are in the works, with a deal closed last week. The memoir is thus far untitled, but is based in part on Ettore Uen's popular Players Tribunal article Sour. There isn't a planned release date as of yet, but we'll keep you updated as soon as we get more info. Big E is one of the most popular and well-liked wrestlers in recent times, so it makes all the sense in the world for him to write a book that focuses on his life. Next up, a scary injury at SLAMMIVERSARY. Now, at last night's TNA SLAMMIVERSARY, during the match between Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander, Ali took a dive over the top rope on Cedric Alexander. However, he overshot it by a mile, and Ali looked to land right on his head on the outside, grabbing his head right after. Now, this didn't look good, but Mustafa Ali did take to X to mention that he's okay. Appreciate everyone's concern. Unfortunately, I have to pull the curtain back here because the talent ringside was absolutely not responsible for that scary fall in any way, and they're getting all the blame. They did exactly what they were instructed to do. I tried to do a variation of a dive and simply slipped off my opponent. No one to blame but me. I'm all good. Sometimes wrestlers are taking more risks with spots. Sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't, but we're just glad that Mustafa Ali is okay. Next up, Charlotte Flair overwhelmed by fan support. Now, ever since Charlotte Flair teamed up with Alexa Bliss, the fans have slowly but surely began to cheer Flair and have even actively chanted her name during tag matches. This was seen at Evolution as the crowd gave Flair arguably the most positive reaction of her career, and it was evident from her facial expression that the WWE great was touched by the positivity. Flair recently spoke to Angie Thirlwall, and according to Flair, she was blown away by the reaction to her and she had to hold back the tears. I was blown away. Literally, when they started chanting, "We want Charlotte," I was like, y'all chanting for me? I was like, don't tear up on the apron. You've got to run a comeback. I don't know, they made my night. They made my year. They made me feel heard and seen. It's been a hard year. My comeback didn't come back the way I thought it would. Especially all I thought about the whole time I was gone was returning. So to hear that ovation and feel the passion for me, it meant everything to me. Flair would add that the fans made her feel special as a performer, saying, "I just think people forgot that the Queen is human, that the Queen has good days, bad days, and under all that armor and glitter and shine and sparkles, there's still this little girl that can't believe she made it, that still works hard, that still wants to achieve goals and dreams." I don't know, I felt special. They really made me feel special that night as a performer. WWE have hit a home run with Flair and Bliss's pairing, and there are calls from fans to keep the pairing intact for the foreseeable future. The pairing has allowed the Flair character to let loose, and it's been refreshing to see new elements of Flair come to the surface. The duo are set to challenge for the women's tag titles at SummerSlam next month, and there's a strong possibility that the Allies of Convenience walk out of the biggest party this summer as champions. Next up, WWE finally split up a tag team. Now, it's become a running joke that A-Town Down Under have been teasing a breakup for what feels like a lifetime. The turn has been teased on TV for over a year now, and it looks like the duo have officially broken up, albeit off screen. On WWE Main Event this week, Austin Theory would come to the ring alone, and when fans on social media clipped footage of the fans in attendance cheering for Theory, Waller commented via X by stating, "Wrestling fans love mediocrity." The WWE devoted so much time to teasing the breakup only to deliver it off screen. This makes zero sense, and quite rightly the comments underneath Waller's post are extremely negative. Fans are asking why they broke up, and they're calling out WWE for ending the storyline without anyone even knowing. This is truly terrible booking from WWE. It's a sign that fans don't need to bother investing in long-term storylines if they can be culminated off screen. WWE obviously sees little to no value in the two as a tag team or solo acts, as they rarely feature on Raw and they're mainly used on Main Event. Austin Theory still has so much potential, and the crowd are getting to him more and more with each passing week. At one stage, Theory looks set to be the next John Cena in WWE and even pinned Cena at WrestleMania 39. Sadly, the days of Theory potentially being the next big thing are over, but a babyface turn and subsequent run could really show the world what the former US champion is capable of. Next up, WWE apologizes to Goldberg. Goldberg hasn't held back when it comes to his thoughts on the way WWE handled his retirement match. Goldberg is really annoyed with how WWE cut him off during his retirement speech, and now it's been reported via Fightful Select that WWE apologized to the Hall of Famer. Sapp revealed what happened behind the scenes, saying, "I was told that someone within the company apologized to Goldberg for the interview getting cut off as quick as it did." It was also noted that WWE weren't exactly surprised by Goldberg bad-mouthing them, and they expect this to continue once his WWE deal expires. But those that I spoke with were adamant that it was not intentional. It was not an intentional disrespect thing for Goldberg to have his speech cut off. Next up, Hulk Hogan's promotion lands a new home. Hulk Hogan's new American Freestyle Wrestling promotion finally has a streaming partner. The official RAF account, not to be confused with the Royal Air Force, revealed the promotion will stream via Fox Nation as of next month. Ticket sales for the launch are still moving incredibly slow, however the promotion no doubt hopes that the Fox Nation announcement leads to a surge in ticket sales. Next up, AJ Styles returns to TNA. AJ Styles made his grand return to TNA last night at SLAMMIVERSARY, and his return was the definition of wholesome. AJ would return with his iconic TNA theme song, and the main purpose of his appearance was to verbally put over Leon Slater. Whilst AJ didn't get physical during his appearance, this was a fantastic use of one of TNA's biggest homegrown stars. AJ revealed earlier this year that TNA wanted to induct him into their Hall of Fame, and according to AJ, he believed it was disrespectful to go in their Hall of Fame while still a WWE contracted talent. But now that TNA and WWE have a positive working relationship, his stance on it may have changed. Next up, fans aren't happy with TNA SLAMMIVERSARY. JC Jane is officially taking over the women's division in both NXT and TNA, as last night at SLAMMIVERSARY, Jane defeated Masha Slamovich to become Knockouts champion. This means that Jane is now both the NXT and Knockouts champion simultaneously. While it's great to see WWE going all in on a new star, there are question marks relating to the WWE-TNA relationship. Currently, the two top champions in TNA are WWE contracted talent, so some fans, particularly TNA fans, believe that WWE are making the TNA talent look inferior. In fact, TNA fans were so upset that they managed to review bomb Cage match, giving it a horrendous rating. It seems that most were displeased with the three-way between Trick Williams, Joe Hendry and Mike Santana. Now obviously this rating shouldn't be taken seriously. It seems that TNA fans are angry that not even their own stars are champions right now. And finally, the Hardys versus the Dudleys one last time. Now, our final story today takes a look at one of the talking points coming out of TNA SLAMMIVERSARY last night. For the fourth time, the Hardys captured the TNA World Tag Team Championships and they won the belt in a four-way ladder match, and after the match, they would be confronted by their old rival Bully Ray. Ray then proposed a match between the Dudleys and the Hardys for TNA's biggest pay-per-view of the year, Bound for Glory, on October 12th. Now, the reaction to the announcement has been a little bit mixed. There's a lot of concern that the match could tarnish both teams' legacies, especially with all four wrestlers involved being way past their prime. Fans are already drawing comparisons to the infamous DX vs Brothers of Destruction matchup at Crown Jewel, and TNA would have to produce the match carefully to ensure that the match doesn't turn into a total catastrophe.